Good afternoon, sir. How can I assist you today?
Good afternoon. I have a flight tomorrow, and I need some information about the baggage allowance.
Of course. Could you please let me know which airline you're flying with?
Sure, I'm flying with Sky Globe Airlines to London.
Great! For Sky Globe Airlines, the standard baggage allowance for international flights is usually one checked bag of up to 23 kilograms and one carry-on bag of up to 7 kilograms. Does that match what you were expecting?
I wasn't sure about the weight limits, so that's helpful. Is the 23 kilograms limit strict, or is there any leeway?
It's quite strict. If your checked bag exceeds 23 kilograms, you may be charged an excess baggage fee, depending on how much over the limit you are.
I see. What are the fees if my bag is overweight?
The fees vary based on the route, but for flights to London, the excess baggage fee is $50 for each additional kilogram, up to a maximum of 32 kilograms per bag.
That's good to know. And what about the carry-on bag? Can it exceed 7 kilograms slightly?
Unfortunately, the carry-on weight limit is also strictly enforced. If your carry-on exceeds 7 kilograms, you may be asked to check it in as a regular bag, which could incur additional charges.
Okay, that's a bit tight. Can I carry multiple smaller items, like a laptop bag and a handbag, along with my carry-on?
Yes, most airlines allow one personal item in addition to the carry-on. A laptop bag or a small handbag would qualify as your personal item.
That's good. What if I need to carry sports equipment or musical instruments?
Special items like sports equipment or musical instruments can usually be checked in, but they may require an additional fee. It's best to check with the airline directly for the specific policies regarding those items.
I'll keep that in mind. Do I need to pack certain items separately in the carry-on or checked bag?
Absolutely. Items like power banks, lithium batteries, and liquids over 100 milliliters are prohibited in checked luggage and must go in your carry-on. Make sure to pack them appropriately.
Thanks for pointing that out. What happens if my checked bag is underweight, but my carry-on is overweight? Can the weight be adjusted between the two?
Unfortunately, the weight allowance for carry-on and checked luggage is separate, and the two cannot be combined.
I see. Are there any exceptions for travelers with infants?
Yes, passengers traveling with infants are typically allowed to bring an additional small bag for baby essentials and a collapsible stroller free of charge.
That's helpful to know. Are there any discounts on excess baggage fees for frequent flyers or members of loyalty programs?
Yes, some loyalty programs offer discounts or even additional baggage allowances for their members. It's worth checking if you're part of such a program.
I'll look into that. What if I need to add another bag at the last minute? Can I purchase extra baggage online?
Certainly. Most airlines allow you to purchase additional baggage online at a discounted rate compared to what you'd pay at the airport.
That's convenient. How much does an additional checked bag typically cost?
For Sky Globe Airlines, an additional checked bag up to 23 kilograms usually costs around $75 if purchased online, but it may vary depending on your route.
Noted. Do I need to declare anything special if I'm carrying high-value items like jewelry or electronics?
It's a good idea to declare high-value items to the airline and pack them in your carry-on. You might also want to consider purchasing travel insurance for added protection.
That's wise advice. What happens if my baggage gets lost or delayed?
In case of lost or delayed baggage, you should report it to the airline's baggage service desk immediately. They will assist you with tracking the bag and may offer compensation.
How long does it usually take to locate lost luggage?
Most lost luggage is located and returned within 24 to 48 hours. If the delay is longer, the airline might provide you with essentials or a smaller allowance.
That's somewhat reassuring. Are there any items that I absolutely cannot carry, even in checked luggage?
Yes, items like flammable materials, explosives, and certain chemicals are strictly prohibited. You should review the airline's restricted items list before packing.
Will do. What about medicines? Are there any specific rules for carrying them?
Medicines are allowed, but it's best to carry them in your hand luggage, along with a copy of your prescription, especially for liquids over 100 milliliters.
Thanks for clarifying. What happens if I have an oversized bag rather than an overweight one?
Oversized bags may also incur additional fees, usually based on their dimensions. It's best to check the airline's size restrictions beforehand.
That makes sense. Is there a way to weigh my luggage at the airport before checking in?
Yes, most airports have self-service weighing scale near the check-in counter. You can use those to ensure your bags meet the weight requirements.
That's helpful. Can I repack my luggage at the airport if it's overweight?
Of course. Many airports provide designated areas near the check-in counters for passengers to adjust their luggage.
That's great. Are there any packing tips to avoid overweight charges?
Yes! Try using lightweight suitcase, rolling your clothes to save space, and carrying heavier items in your personal item, if allowed.
I'll keep that in mind. Is there a priority check-in service for passengers with excess baggage?
Some airlines offer priority services for a fee, but it depends on the airport. You can inquire at the airline counter.
Thanks for the tip. Is it possible to upgrade my ticket to include more baggage allowance?
Yes, upgrading to a higher class often includes more baggage allowance. You can check with your airline for availability and costs.
I'll consider that. Do I need to label my luggage in any specific way?
It's a good practice to label your bags with your name, phone number, and destination address to help in case they are misplaced.
Makes sense. Are there any weight differences for economy, business, or first class?
Yes, premium classes often have higher baggage allowances. For example, business class may allow 2 checked bags of up to 32 kilograms each.
That's useful information. Do airlines ever waive baggage fees during promotions?
Occasionally, airlines run promotions that include extra baggage allowances, especially for certain routes or tickets types.
I'll watch for those. Can I check in all my luggage at once? Or does some need to be done at the gate?
All checked baggage is handled at the check-in counter, while carry-on bags are verified at the gate.
Got it. What if my destination requires customs declarations for my belongings?
You'll need to fill out a customs form upon arrival. Be prepared to declare any items exceeding the duty-free limit.
Thank you so much for your time and all the detailed information. This has been very helpful.
You're welcome. Have a safe flight, and don't hesitate to ask if you have more questions.